It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
We made it to another weekend. What's happening, everybody? It is showtime. Yes. Man, I love every day. I love every show. As my grandfather said, every day above ground is a good day. But it's something special about Fridays. Matter of fact, I don't even call it Friday. I call it Friday. Yay, it is Friday. Hence the word Friday edition of the Geno Jones Show, my weekend review. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Geno Jones Show, the Geno Jones channel. Like, share, and subscribe, and tag all my episodes. Like, share, and subscribe. I got a lot of new subscribers, but I gotta go. I gotta have a goal of 10. Actually, I want to get 100,000 by the end of the year, so y'all can help a brother out, okay? So tell everybody you know, everybody you like, that you love, even ones you don't like, that they need to check out. This is the show, the fire. This show brings the fire. It is the most intense, it is compelling, captivating, entertaining, informative show that you can find anywhere in this universe. So like, share, and subscribe to my Geno Jones channel right here on YouTube. If you'd like to be a sponsor, I'd be honored to have you as a sponsor. If you'd like to advertise, I'd be honored to have you as an advertiser. If you are looking for the ultimate pitch man for your business, your goods, your products, and your service, if you're regular, you know what I'm going to say. I say this with all humility and sincerity. I am not the king. I'm not the king. I am not the king. I am the king of pitchmen. So holla at your boy right here. You can just leave me a message on my YouTube channel. I'll give you the email address that you need at the end of the show. Let's get this show, let's get it rolling. So in case you haven't heard this news, and it probably won't be shocking to many of you, old school fans of between Tupac and Biggie, and just that whole tragic situation in the mid-90s. So there's a former FBI agent that claims Suge Knight, who at the time, he was the CEO and the head of Death Row Records. That was a label that Tupac was on. This former FBI agent by the name of Phil Carson said, as a matter of fact, that it was picked up in the New York Post, that according to the former FBI agent, Suge Knight financed the murder of the notorious B.I.G., a.k.a. Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. Biggie Smalls. But Biggie was not the intended target. Sean, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever the hell name he's going by, that Diddy was the intended target. And, wait a minute, the same former FBI agent said that Suge Knight financed the murder of Biggie, but he got help from the LAPD, the Los Angeles Police Department. This is from a former FBI agent. He said he just kind of got fed up with the corruption, and he said, I'm out. Now, according to this FBI agent, that Suge Knight was upset because Tupac was murdered a year before. Biggie's murder was in 1997 in March, actually. I was at this after party. It was an after party for the Soul Train Music Awards, put on and hosted by Vibe magazine. It was this automobile museum, the Peterson Automobile Museum, right off Wilshire Boulevard, kind of, really posh area, really close to Beverly Hills. That part of the Wilshire district, I guess you could say. That doesn't matter. You're like, what? I don't know about the Wilshire district. So anyway, when you left this event, this museum, you'd have to make a turn, and I'd say not even a quarter of a block, you would get to Wilshire Boulevard. This is just red light. You heard stories about that Biggie and the vehicle he was in stopped at a red light at Wilshire Boulevard. Well, that intersection that he was murdered at, I was in that same intersection 5 minutes before he was murdered. And I didn't find out about it until like the next evening. I was doing a morning radio show in Detroit, and I got back, and a coworker said, yeah, I know you was at Soul Train, isn't it? Man, it's messed up about what happened to Biggie. I was like, what? Messed up? Biggie? What happened? You didn't know he was murdered? What? So it was just ironic how I was at the same after party that Biggie was at. I didn't see him, but I saw a lot of celebrities, and it was just something weird about that night. I never want to leave a party early. I was the one that night that wanted to leave the event early. As a matter of fact, they cut the lights on because it was like, this is before smoking marijuana recreationally out in public was legal. I mean, it was just like a cloud. You could just get a contact high, just a cloud of smoke. Just looked like thick cumulus clouds. So I don't know if it was the city or the event, the people that owned the venue, but I'll never forget about 12:20, because I looked at my watch. They cut the lights on and they said the party's over. And it was just the energy. Have you ever been someplace where the energy, you just, it's like spider sense. You feel, something is not right. And unfortunately, that's what happened. So that was pretty big news this week. There's a lot of talk about that. Speaking of talk, well, have you heard Red Table Talk? That is the show that Jada Pinkett Smith and her mom and her daughter Willow, they kind of tri-host together. Jada's like the main host, and mom and Willow comes on. So did you hear that Jada Pinkett Smith and her mom and her daughter revealed something very, very private? They live streamed something very private on Facebook. Their private parts. Yeah, no, I mean like they're real like private parts. Like starts with a V, kind of like Regina, put a V in it, yeah. Keela Carson, my weekly contributor, she'll be on to give you more details, because I'm just going to leave that one alone and steer clear from that and tell you about a brand new song. Congratulations to my buddies, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who have been guests on the show. Go back and binge watch that episode. And they talked all about this brand new album that they are about to finish up, Jam and Lewis Volume 1. The first single was from Babyface, He Don't Know Nothing About It. That's right, he don't know nothing about it, baby. So now the second single is out, starring guest vocals Mariah Carey. It's called Somewhat Loved, There You Go, Breaking My Heart. And the album should be coming out sometime this summer. They're taking it, and they said, as a matter of fact, go back and binge watch the episode, and you'll see Jimmy and Terry. It's really, it was a great conversation, very funny story about Prince and the battles that Prince and their band and the time had when they went out on tour together, and how some nights they wouldn't have microphones or keyboards or lights because of this rivalry they had with Prince's band. So it was just really funny story, but they talk about this brand new album. So congratulations, this brand new single and video dropped yesterday. As a matter of fact, Jimmy and Terry posted on Instagram, when we started Jam and Lewis Volume 1, we put together a wish list of all of our favorite artists. And the chance to work with our friend, Miss Mariah Carey, was wish list fulfillment at its finest. Yes, at its finest. So without any further delay, let's take a look at it. We're going to come back with my weekly contributor, Miss Keela Carson, to have some fun and laughs, and we'll get her take on the week in review. But first, let's review the brand new video. Mariah Carey, guest vocals, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, their second single from their soon-to-be released album, Jam and Lewis Volume 1. Somewhat Loved, There You Go, Breaking My Heart, right here on the Geno Jones Show.
We stood there alone in that silent corridor. Those unspoken words conjure fixation, capturing me. Fell helplessly into bliss, just like falling started to switch. And now springs everything that I miss. Someone love.
It's time for a little comedy, a little content.
It's Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Guest vocals, Mariah Carey. Your guest vocals. I like that one. You like that one? Somewhat Loved. There you go. Breaking My Heart. Brand new single. All right, listen, coming up at the end of the show, my man Anthony Hamilton's got a brand new single called You Made a Fool of Me. And wait till you see the video. So we're going to close the show with that. But right now, speaking of on the show, there she is on camera. Ladies and gentlemen, my weekly contributor, media star, educator, just all around talented, brilliant woman, entrepreneur, and my cohort in good trouble is Brother John Lewis, rest in peace, power, and paradise would say, coming to you with our weekly Friday stand-up comedy routine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Keela Carson to the show. Keela Carson.
Hello, G.
From her.
How you doing?
From how you doing? From your secret palatial is Caribbean. I don't know if that's Maui. I don't know if it's in the Caribbean or the South Pacific. I'm loving the very tranquil, calm, serene. I guess when you're done with all of us, you're just going to kind of just fade to black into the sunset with that beautiful setting, your little secret hideout there.
Yeah, I mean, we all need to relax and unwind, and this is the feeling that I get with this.
Me too.
Just when I sit out actually on my lanai, I just try to let it go.
Hold on, Miss HG. Hold on. I'm sorry. I got to just jump in. Miss HGTV Lanai. For those of us who, don't watch HGTV all the time with DIY, what is which piece of furniture there is the lanai?
No, so technically, lanai is just a back porch. Okay. For me, mine is off of my bedroom, okay, and I can walk right onto my back porch, but it's covered, and I have a little pond out there, and but the lanai is just a black folk for back porch.
Lanai. See, when you become rich and famous, this is life of the rich and famous. You don't have a back porch. See, I grew up in Chicago. We had a back porch, but when you have a secret
from
retreat.
Michigan, we live differently than in the Chi. Yes.
Lanai.
We're backyard, back porch kind of people. Houses. You guys are more high rise, apartment, kind of, brownstone-ish kind of.
Mm-hmm. That's the two flats. You're right. I grew up in one. Yeah, sure did.
So yes, we're used to lanais here, or back porches.
Okay, well, Miss Lanai, let's talk about the weekend review. So where do you want to start at?
Okay, well, you started with Jam and Lewis, so let me just add my 2 cents. I'll take off my glasses so the glare doesn't bother.
It's about to go down now. She done took the glasses off. Look out.
I can't see nothing now. Not a darn thing. I can't see myself.
Oh, Lord.
But I love what Jam and Lewis is doing, putting this album together. I know people, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Quincy Jones. When Quincy Jones would do a compilation album and he would have the people that he has worked with before produced and whatnot. And I love those kind of albums from producers who really know, what they're doing. Like, as a matter of fact, you mentioned Hamilton. We'll get to him later, Anthony Hamilton. Mm-hmm. But in Anthony's, I am pretty sure a well-known producer popped up in that video. I won't say who and spoil it, but I'm looking for more albums like that with your JDs and your even P. Diddy, you mentioned him. I want to hear more compilations like that in the future where they're bringing back all of those acts that we know and then putting out something. Because I mean, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis doesn't get any better than that. And when you announced it, I started singing my Babyface. You don't know nothing about baby. That's my song. So what you gonna do? you don't know nothing.
Well, it's funny. You mentioned Diddy, Puff Daddy,
Yeah.
whatever name he's going by today, Sean
Right.
Combs.
Diddy, P. Diddy, Puff, Sean Combs.
And producers having compilation albums or being on an album there wasn't a song or video that Diddy wasn't in or on.
Yeah, which was one of the things that Suge,
yes,
in the infamous award show
the source
speech source. That's right, where everything went cuckoo. He said,
if you don't want to produce it all in your videos, and you need to come on over to Death Row.
Right. Come on to the Death Row. All that nonsense. But what about P. Diddy? What were you going to say?
No, that was it. It was just that
okay.
You were talking about you love the compilations and but see, like I'm glad you mentioned Quincy Jones. That's a great example because I remember. Think about it. Quincy Jones introduced on one of those compilation albums two of the most dynamic vocalists in the history of R&B music. Rest in peace, Power in Paradise. The late James Ingram.
That's right.
And she's still with us, very talented and very underrated. Patty Austin.
Patty Austin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, listen, I remember Quincy Jones and stuff like that with, Ray Charles.
Yes.
And Chaka.
Secret
Garden. That's another one. Tevin Campbell.
Yeah.
So when you got a Quincy album, I mean, you were likely to hear anybody. I mean, I remember, what's my song with Minnie Rippleton on his album. Anyway, the bottom line is that it takes you can get all of these different genres and different styles in an album. Because when we normally buy an album, we have one artist and you're kind of taking the trip down this road that you're familiar with. But when you have a compilation, the producer is playing to that talent's specific, style and their gift.
And it's funny,
and so,
you just to reinforce that point, Key, because it's something that Jimmy and Terry said in the conversation I had with them, that when they do a song, they wanted to do a song in this album. Each song was tailor-made for that artist. As a matter of fact, I think it might have been Jimmy Jam that said, when they get ready to produce a song, like for Babyface, they had already heard in their head, they have an idea of what the ultimate Babyface song would sound like, lyrics and music, production. The same with Mariah. And if you listen to it, he don't know nothing about it. Sounds like one of the best that's Babyface.
Would you stop bringing that song? Because I'm gonna break out and say, "You don't know nothing." Oh
boy, that song. I don't know, Key. Them lyrics sound like they're hitting a little too close to home now.
I just love it. And you know what I love? I love the re-emergence of Babyface and Toni Braxton.
Yeah.
What? I love that. And actually it was because of her that then he kind of, came back into the fray, because he was trying to bring her back.
Right.
And then he brought himself along for the ride. They did that duet album. And I mean, listen, good R&B never goes out of style. Never. And I am so happy to see these acts still enjoying, because we're enjoying. And listen, I love the new, and I do listen to the new, but there is something comfortable and warm about a Babyface cut, a Mariah cut, a Toni Braxton cut. I was listening to Janet in the car earlier. We love that familiarity.
No doubt.
You know, and I am so happy that we have formats, radio formats that also honor that, and our satellite, stations that honor listening to what we're comfortable with. The new is nice, but sometimes you just want to hear somebody familiar.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
we as humans, we are complicated, or you could say we have diverse moods. You're not always in one mood. Some moods, you want something funky. Listen, I grew up in Chicago. I get in my mood where I want to hear some house music. Then I want some stepping music. But then I want some new school. I love her. I mean, there's so many new artists.
Yeah,
I hate to mention
her,
any because I don't want to leave
Damage.
anybody out. I mean, her and I'm
That
glad
Damage is
SZA came
cut.
back. Yeah.
That Janae Aiko, or what?
Yeah.
Is that her?
Yeah. Yes.
Love her. I could go on and on.
Yeah.
I even like, what is his name? Pink Sweatpants or Pink?
Oh yeah. And you got a lot of kids. So you got this kid named Dixon, a new artist. He's doing this song called Cream. So everybody's trying to do this like Prince falsetto impersonation vocally. So it's
Love Cream.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I was jamming to it yesterday. So I like.
I guess like Prince ain't around, so somebody got to try to do this thing. So,
Yeah, listen, I'm a music lover.
Yeah.
And I will go from Broadway tunes to, dance hall tunes.
I'm with you on that.
And everything in between. But I am so happy for Jam and Lewis. I can't wait for the album to come out. I think it's July 9th is the release.
Okay.
So I will definitely be downloading the album when it comes. And the good thing about, I'm not going to name the service I use in case people like other services, but the one I use, if I download one or two, which I've already done, what it does is when the full album comes out, I don't have to pay again. It just takes those and says, okay, you already got these two. We'll just add the other ones.
Oh, good. Well, they need to be a sponsor of the show. Y'all need to come on. Kilo, she's going to make a phone call because you all need to be a sponsor.
Oh, baby. If that one sponsors, we good.
We good. Hey, I'll be buying a house right next to yours there in that secret Caribbean or South Pacific location there.
You are welcome, sir. So let's jump into the fupa steaming.
I'm glad you said use that adjective or use that verb, not me. Let's jump into. Yeah.
Come
on. That was Keela, y'all, not me.
Hopefully we're all adults here. If there are any children, depending on what age of the young lady or young man, they may need to hear. I mean, listen. So what they did, as you brought up, is
now for those to my Jada Pinkett Smith, her mom and her daughter Willow,
the staff of the Red Table Talk. So Mom Adrian, who they refer to as Gam, and then Jada and Willow. So they did an episode, which was about it was a holistic show about embracing your vajayjay. Now, in that topic, they had a guest, Dr. Akua. And Akua is more of let's say, traditional medicine, holistic medicine healer. And one of the things they talked about was trauma done to women, not just sexually, but just feeling traumatized as a woman. And the way we identify as a woman, in the main way, is that we have this different area called the vagina, right? And so let's take care of it. So in that process of taking care of it, what the women did was a traditional Asian / African Mayan treatment of the vajayjay, and it's called steaming. Okay. And in the steaming, herbs are added to warm water, and you would sit over the warm water and let the steam cleanse your vajayjay. If you think about it, it's just not that deep. I mean, women who years ago, they didn't have, a douche. So once a month, you want to get clean and freshen up, they had to have something. So it makes sense. It opens up the follicles. It cleanses the hair. It is what it is.
Okay.
If you're not a Brazilian kind of girl, you got a little something. Well, you gotta clean.
Brazilian girl.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what I mean, Brazilian is like you just bald.
Just the bald eagle. Oh.
And if you do a Brazilian, you better know it's not just bald there, it's bald everywhere.
Say as Nelly would say, everywhere. Everywhere.
Okay, Nelly is everywhere. Okay.
Let me just jump in just to go ahead. No, let me just say this.
Gina, I just wanted to approach it from a mature, so that the audience is, educated.
Don't steal the punchline. Receive this compliment. I just wanted to commend you and compliment you. You were so professorial with your description. Honestly, I feel like I was in class.
Good for you.
It was just it was so intelligent and mature and highbrow. Damn it! I just wanted to have some fun. I had some punchlines. Oh my God.
Well, let me take a left here.
No, that's okay. I was just gonna say, is that kind of like, when I was a kid? I don't know if you did this. So when I was a kid, if you had like a head cold, like my grandmother would say, like get like a little bowl and put like steaming hot water in it, and then put some Vicks vapor rub in there, and then put the towel over your head and lean over and just inhale that steam with that Vicks vapor rub.
That's right.
And then you would just be opened up. Them sinuses, nasal passage would just be like, it'd be like I-94 at 4 a.m, the interstate, just smooth sailing.
And that's right, Geno. That's what essentially it is. But I'm gonna take the left turn that you thought I was gonna take. Ladies, if you got something going on, okay, a little yeast, a little trick, you know what I'm talking about. Don't you go getting no bowl of steam. You get to the doctor, okay? Okay, because steaming does not replace antibiotics.
That was a public service announcement from Keela Carson. Thank you, Keela. Yes. I didn't know you were going that left, but I'm glad you did.
Well,
you're doing a service.
Yes.
We're here for the people. Yes.
And I get it, because sometimes when stuff is going on, you might not want to go to the doctor, you fear, but no bowl of hot water and herbs is going to
replace a good antibiotic, you're saying, right?
You can steam and then go to the doctor.
or get the antibiotics, then steam, you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, you choose. But antibiotics has got to be there in the equation at some point. But for those who haven't saw the video, please understand that it is done tastefully. They are covered in these purple, lavenderish kind of robes, and they're perfectly covered up. This is not Tyrese with a razor in between.
On Instagram.
Okay. This is not the Tyrese video. This is 3 mature women, and you watch them do it, but you see nothing. And they talk about the experience and whatnot. And listen, you know what, my generation, and they talk about this in the video, this is just not something we talk about. However, Geno, our daughter's generation, they talk about stuff like this a little more freely than we do. Yeah. But honestly, I think after this video, the next group of girl parties might be the JJ steaming.
Well,
I mean, I would do one. I would have, but I tell it, take a bath before you come.
Take a bath.
'Cause we don't want hot, steamy, stinky. Take a bath before you come. But this would be like a nice woman's get together on a Saturday afternoon, and then afterwards you can talk, have your wine, and do what you do. But it's something different.
Wait a minute.
Women are looking for different.
So I got an idea, Keith. So you're right. Like they have like lingerie parties or jewelry party. Just have a steam your vajayjay party.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, but now let me just say this. Now,
days before you come.
Jada's marketing team, boy, they did a real good job because folks thought that we were about to turn on the Spice Channel because they were like, Jada Pinkett live streams her vagina. So you know how men now. The bros are like, huh? What? Really? Did you see? Did you see it? They said, Yo, G, did you see it? No, I ain't see it, man. I ain't see it.
No. This was not tacky.
It wasn't the Spice Channel. It wasn't Playboy. Right. It wasn't. Damn it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, G.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just playing. No.
I'm sorry, G. You didn't see the V.
No, these are just. I ain't trying to see. These are just jokes. Yeah, no, these are just jokes. You know what I'm saying? You ain't messing up my happy home. These are jokes, damn it. Please understand that.
Yeah, but it wasn't about that. It was about celebrating your femininity and also learning to do some things in relation to your femininity that may be healing, that may even if it just makes you feel better, that in it of itself can be healing. And we got to get over some of these hangups that we have. And we all know that women have that. So let's clean it. Let's clean it up.
But if necessary, be sure consult your doctor, and if needed, use antibiotics prescribed by a doctor.
Exactly. Prescribed by a doctor. Right. And be careful. I mean, if you want to study more about stuff like that, I think there's a doctor, Dr. Ross. She did a book. She's an OBGYN. It's called She-ology. She, and then -ology. And in that, she talks about women's intimate health and whatnot. And then you can learn properly how to do something like this, because you don't want the water to be boiling. You know what I'm saying? You want to be careful. So you want to get some instruction on how to do it.
Right.
Okay.
And I guess you want to maintain a safe distance, because you don't want to wind up with third-degree burns, and you solve one problem, but then you create another problem.
Hello, you don't want to go in an emergency room with third-degree fupa.
Man, what happened? I was steaming. They said, you were steaming lobster, crab? Not exactly. Not exactly.
The place where you can get crabs.
Woo!
Yeah, you don't want steamed crab down there.
On that note, I think that's the drop the mic. Like, what about a month ago? What did you tell me, Keela? You was like, just drop the mic. That's it. The show's over. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. She was so professorial. How many people can go from being a professor to a stand-up comedian for the Queens of Comedy in one sentence? Nobody but Miss Keela Carson, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great weekend. Let me know when a brother can be invited to your secret. I won't tell anybody. As a matter of fact, y'all can. How they blind folks? It's like they don't even want you to see. Like when the government, in these movies where like a government, they'll kidnap somebody and put them in a van, they'll like blindfold them like a James Bond movie. So just blindfold me. I won't know what airlines, I won't know where I'm at. Just when the plane lands, just, okay, here you are.
I got you, Geno. I got you covered.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's simply the best. Keela Carson. Love you, Keith. Thank you.
Love you.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week, right? All right.
Yes.
She is too funny. She's too funny, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, listen, so we're going to close today's show with a brand new song by Anthony Hamilton. Let me first say thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central Time in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Shout out to my people out in Los Angeles, Dre Russell at KJLH Radio, and my man Ken Wilson and all my West Coast, West Side, and my daughter Lauren, I call her Boogie. Everybody knows Boogie. Lauren Hill Vaughn, and my son-in-law Jonathan, and Brooklyn the Bulldog out there in Portland, Oregon. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for letting me spend some of your day or afternoon or evening or morning, whenever you're watching it. If you're watching it live right now, or if you go back and binge watch, thank you for just letting me spend taking a little bit of your time and spend it with you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody you know, all your friends, folks you don't like, co-workers, church members, fraternity, sorority, brother and sisters, whoever it is, I don't care. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Geno Jones Show, the Geno Jones channel right here, part of my Geno Jones Network. If you would like to advertise, as a matter of fact, I would love to have you as a sponsor. I'd be honored to have you as a sponsor. If you'd like to be a sponsor or advertise, reach out to me. And if you are looking for the ultimate pitch man for your business, your product, your good or service, like I said earlier in the show, I am not the king. No, I'm not the king. I'm not the king. Not the king. I'm the king of pitchmen. So holla at your boy. Leave me a message right here on my YouTube channel, or you can email GenoJonesShow@gmail.com. That's how you spell Geno. Geno Jones Show @gmail.com. I'd love to have you as a sponsor. All right, let's support black businesses. Yeah, I do a segment. Now I'll be doing a segment like weekly. Support black businesses. As a matter of fact, shout out to Markel Bailey, Designer Cuts. I had him on Wednesday. As a matter of fact, go back and you can binge watch and listen to Mr. Markel Bailey. So thank you, everybody. I love you. I really do. Mother, you know I love you more than life itself. Have a great weekend. You and me, Monday, live, Monday afternoon, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, right here, live on my YouTube channel, The Geno Jones Show. I will leave you with the brand new single from my buddy, Mr. Anthony Hamilton. It's called You Made a Fool of Me. And I ain't gonna let it happen ever, never, ever again. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. And until Monday, be blessed.
You made a fool of me. I gave you all I had. You made a fool of me. I'll never take you back. Girl, you know I loved you. You could never do no wrong. And you know I adored you. But you chose to break my heart. You were sleeping with another man. And you had him all around our friends. You never said you were sorry for what you did. And I can never do you like that. You made a fool of me. You made a fool of me. I gave you all I had. I gave you all I had. You made a fool of me. You made a fool of me. I'll never take you back. Oh, no, 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 no. And girl, you know I loved you. You had me wrapped around your heart. Oh, was it worth losing all we had? I was there from the start. Ooh, yeah. No one, nobody could ever love you like I did. Ever. No, 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 no. Never, no one. Oh, no one could ever stand by you like I did. You made a fool of me. You made a fool of me. I gave you all I had. See, you made a fool of me. Yeah. You never loved. My friends told me you never quite like I love. And my mama told me you never loved me. Yeah. Quite like I love.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.